Okay, today we got Tyrant, LT, and SGT try to threaten journalists who knows his rights. Ignorance of the law. Let's get straight to it.
Those cars, you can't take pictures of the inside of those cars because that's private property. And by doing such, you are trespassing into that private property.
That's ridiculous.
I'm going to ask you to stop recording. I'm going to ask you to leave. And if you refuse to do that, then we'll take it up from the step from here.
What you're trying to do is violate my constitutional rights, and I'm not going to let that happen here today. Hey, what's up guys? The Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. Today we're at the South Haven City Hall here in Mississippi. We are here today to peacefully exercise.
NPC robots that keep talking about this guy, y'all need to pay attention. This is an angel sent from heaven. He is showing you what's really going on. If y'all can't be thankful for that, man, then hey man, y'all deserve whatever y'all get. I'm not saying anything negative, just telling y'all what it is.
It's our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants respect our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. Hey, how are you? Pretty well. I'm looking to do an open records request for the city.
Do what?
An open records request for public information. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna go down this hallway here, down the steps, second door on the right. It's the city clerk.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. We have the tribute hall here. Our friendly reminder that they're always recording us, even though it always seems to be a problem when we record them.
Facts, that's what I'm saying, man.
Hello.
Hi ma'am, how are you?
Common sense.
How are you? How can I help you today?
I'm here to do a public records request.
Just so y'all know, if y'all didn't know, the places where they say, like, they got the number of, this is like a law of topic, but places say they got the highest number of where women cheat the most, police stations, hospitals, and it was another place. But police station and hospital, they say if your girl work at any of them, just tell you the number that they say, man. They say that they be, you feel me? If you do got that rank of the doctor or whatever, they be, you feel me, throwing that thing back in them rooms. That's what I heard. That's what I'm saying.
Clipboard.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You want more seat? You can.
Just want to get some cards too.
Fine. This is me. And this is the boss. This is the city clerk. And then the others are just
Okay.
whoever you want everybody else.
Thanks, Ashley.
You're welcome. Let me know if you have any questions on the application. Just try to be specific as possible, okay?
Okay, great. So here's the City of South Haven Public Records Request form. Ashley was kind enough to give us her boss's, Andrea's, work card as well as hers. Let's fill this out. So it's just the first, last name, title, and salary of all city employees for the City of South Haven.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
sir. All right, so we have up to 7 business days to fill a public record request. We'll contact you once the request has been filled, and it's $21 for the public record request. I think they've added an additional $1 for filing purposes, which I can pull that. I want to say it's a reason why I went up that $1. I gotta go get a reason, but it is an extra $1, and I don't think we've updated this application to research.
Okay.
Because this is just saying 20, but I know they've, before the board with this whole $1 that the state's requiring for a filing fee.
Okay.
So we went in, opted in, and I can get that updated. But $20, 25 cents a page, and there's $1 for a filing fee. But I can take you with the amount total once I get done, because I don't know how lengthy it'll be. Even if you wanted to email, I think it's per. I have to verify.
Okay.
It's per sheet,
Okay.
If we have to still.
Yeah, it's strange. Usually when I do a public records request, and if it's emailed and there's no kind of cost required, because it's just being emailed, it's not really costing you anything.
That's true. Because on here, because of it says CD digital, but there's another now.
Yeah.
This is older. Some of the package is older. I think they do charge for emails as well. But
Okay.
we'll verify.
And just get back to me, yeah.
Because Alyssa is usually over public records, so she's more savvy than I am. But sometimes when she's out, I'm the backup to it.
Okay.
That's why I know about that dollar because I saw it come through my email.
Okay.
And we need to update this one. So, I'll get back with you. So we usually have 7 business days. Today's is the 20th. So the 28th is our deadline.
Okay. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate
You
it.
are very welcome.
Appreciate your time today.
Yes, sir. You have a great rest of the day.
You too. Alright guys, Ashley was very nice. Let's take a look around the building here in the publicly accessible parts. Have a good day, guys.
Hi, how are you? Okay, I'm okay, thank you.
You too. Alright guys, so we're at the South Haven Police Department, right across the street from the South Haven City Hall, where we had a pleasant experience just now. So let's hope we have the same experience here. Let's take a look around the publicly accessible areas of the parking lot, and then we'll go inside. So far, so good. No issues. Hey, how are you? Good.
Lieutenant Cook, South Haven Police Department. Can we help you with?
No.
No?
Your name is Sergeant?
I'm Lieutenant Cook of the South Haven Police Department.
And your name, Sergeant?
Jackie.
Thank you.
I just got a call saying you're kind of walking around, like taking photos of people's tags and in the cars and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was
Is there a
doing.
reason for that?
Yeah, I'm a journalist. I was just gathering content for a story. I'm taking pictures of like the different license plates and stuff.
So, taking personal license plates and government tags, or
Well, I don't know what's the difference between personal and government. Some of them say,
government and one doesn't?
well, one of them over here says law enforcement on it, so I don't know. You know what I
Are you
mean?
from Mississippi, or
Oh, I'm not from the area, no.
where are you from?
I don't want to answer that. Don't want to answer that. Yeah,
Who do you work for? We're journalists.
I'm independent, meaning that I work for myself. That's
You have
correct.
an ID on you?
No, I don't have any ID on me, no.
You don't have any type of form of identification?
No,
anything,
no.
something picture on it?
No.
Nothing at all?
No.
Do you have an ID out of the state?
What does it matter if I have an ID?
Because it's policy for us when we get out and speak with somebody, we identify who they are, so that way we can add it to our CAD notes, so that way if something happens.
Just so you know, because I feel like a lot of people don't understand it. When people say policy, that don't matter, bruh. You can create a business right now, write down a bunch of policies. You don't have to follow policy. So right there, that's not even law that you have to know to understand that. Policies don't have nothing to do with the law. They have to do with personal reasons. So the police got policies for personal reasons. You don't never have to, if you ever say a policy, you don't never have to follow that, bro. If you ever see a policy that they say whatever going on, you're not following policy and that, you don't have to follow policy. That's not law. You're not breaking the law. Policy is not the law. I don't care about their policy. Am I breaking the law? No. So leave me alone.
Someone wants to file a complaint or whatever, it makes it easier for our bosses to know who we got and spoke with.
Yeah, Lieutenant, I do have an ID.
Okay.
I don't have it on me, and I don't make it a habit. It's my policy not to identify myself
Okay.
unless I committed a crime. No, or
Well, it's
you
not necessarily you
suspect
committed
me.
a crime. Again, it's when we make contact with the public,
He doesn't want to
we
get
usually, well, I say usually, we always we always get a name, date of birth, some sort of identification for them, whether it be via citation if they're making a traffic stop, or they call us out there, or we get a call from, say, City Hall.
Yeah.
Says, hey, somebody's walking around out here looking suspicious, taking photos of people's cars, of their license plates, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
No, and I understand your policy completely.
Right. So that
and,
policy is, I'm going to ask you for your identification. So
Yeah.
if
And-
you don't have it on you, I need to get your name, date of birth. Then.
my policy is I don't identify myself unless you
Then I'm going to ask
suspected
you to
me.
stop recording. I'm going to ask you to
you don't have to
leave,
stop
and if you refuse to do that, then we'll take it up from the stuff from here. And
What's
Why,
that?
why would you stop me from recording?
because there's no need for you to be out here. You're on.
So
I'm
because
saying it's
so
government property.
you're saying because I won't
I'm asking you to leave. Is what I'm asking you.
because I won't identify myself to you, you're saying that I cannot engage in my constitutionally protected activity. That's what you're saying.
Well, no, I'm asking you to leave. Is what I'm asking you.
But I have every right to be here, no?
Well, I have every right to ask you for your ID, but you don't give me that. So it's tit for tat.
But I have. It's not a tit for tat. That's not very
What's your name?
professional of you.
What's your name?
That's not very professional, sir.
What's your name?
Sir, I told you my policy is I don't.
What's your name?
Sir, I don't give my ID unless you suspect me of committing a crime,
All
sir.
right, you can have a good day. Well, the crime would be I'm asking you for something which is a lawful order. and you're failing to obey that law.
No, you need reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime that I'm committing or I'm about to commit in order to demand.
You just did by not giving me the information that I asked for.
That's not true.
Okay, I know who he is. He's one of these.
Just because I know the law, you know who I am.
All right.
Well, please.
One thing, if you want to look at the cars that are identifiably marked as police department.
So what's this Camry over here says law enforcement? Is that?
That's actually a personal tag.
So why does it say? Why would they do that? Preferential treatment.
Mississippi has law enforcement tags that actually sponsor law enforcement activities, i.e., the benevolence fund. So when a cop gets killed, their family has money that's given to them to help support them because they lost the income for.
I can respect that. Yeah.
That's what that tag's for.
Okay.
The only cars that you're going to be allowed to look at out in this lot are ones that are clearly marked as South Dayton Police Department or have a government tag, like on my Mark unit that has a government tag. Outside of that, you cannot take pictures of those cars. You can't take pictures of the inside of those cars because that's private property. And by doing such, you are trespassing into that private property.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, I'm just telling you that's how it's going to work.
You can't trespass the eyes, and at the end of the day, if it's in public, I could see it. If you went up on a traffic stop and you're looking in somebody's, it's the plain view doctrine. It's the plain view doctrine, correct? If you could see it, are you trespassing into? Are you when you're on a traffic stop, Lieutenant? Please, I'll let you talk. Can you let me talk? When you're at a traffic stop and you're looking in somebody's car with your flashlight, do you have any reasonable suspicion or anything? No, because it's called the plain view doctrine. Anything you can see from public. That's it. And if you see a drugs or a gun or a firearm from plain view,
what's the difference in you and me?
Nothing really.
Is it not? Because I have this on here.
Yeah.
And it's also a
you have a badge.
No one gives a damn. Whether or not somebody's hiding in that back seat.
No one give a damn. What that mean? That don't make you anything, bro. You just playing cop, bro. Like anybody can walk outside with a gun in the badge and play cop. We all can make. If a person with money can finance a big building and have a bunch of people in uniforms walking around, that don't mean shit. Like, scream my lands, but it means nothing. You dudes walk around with them badges and don't follow the law, and you are the law. So what are you talking about? Like, you see how he pointed at that like that meant anything? It means nothing. That's crazy, Yeezy. That means nothing, though, bro. It means nothing.
With a gun or an RPG or something to do something to me. Yeah, you, on the other hand, have openly admitted you are a journalist after getting B footage for something, but you're also doing that not on government property, not on government vehicles, but on personal vehicles.
But they're in public. They're in public.
We have reasonable suspicion.
So you're going to go to Walmart and do the same thing? Are you going to Walmart and do the same thing?
Well, Walmart would be private property, so this is public property, sir. That's the difference.
Yeah. So what are you talking about?
This is public property.
Well, I'm asking you not to.
I understand what you're asking me, sir. I understand.
Out here is for an officer.
I understand that.
Public cars, the people that are up here that are filing complaints, legit complaints, that have emergencies or talking to us because something happened to them that involves the law enforcement needing to be there. So now you're taking a photo of a car that may belong to somebody that doesn't have anything to do with law enforcement outside of the contact that needs to be made with it.
You guys run plates all day. Anybody who's parked in.
Right to do that.
If I'm in Walmart, giving your example, if I'm in Walmart and I'm going inside of Walmart, I can see the plates from anywhere I can. Sir, I think you're being unreasonable.
Yes.
You are.
I'm being very reasonable. I'm being very reasonable.
What you're trying to do is violate my constitutional rights, and I'm not going to let that happen here today.
There's no violation going here.
Okay, great.
I'd like to know what you got a card so I can see what website you're going to post this to so I can watch it later.
No.
Oh no, you'll find it. I guarantee you. You'll be very much aware of where it's being posted to. Okay.
Okay. All right, have a good day.
You guys can have a great day now.
Thanks.
Thank you. You took an oath to uphold the Constitution. You should take that seriously.
Look at him. Look at him. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? He just was intimidating him not that long ago. Go back. Telling him he gotta leave. All this gangster talk. Soon as he let him know he know what's going on, man, his bald head self stood right there and they moved. Come on, bro. Like, know your rights or lose them, bro. If he didn't know what was going on, he would have locked him up, bro. He would have locked him up. Like, oh my gosh, it means so much to know your rights, bro. Learn your rights or lose them, bro. And getting violated. That's crazy, bro. Like,
I'm one of those guys. One of those guys who knows the law. Do you see how they try and make it seem? How they try and make it seem that they can demand ID whenever they want.
Right.
And to somebody who doesn't know their rights, and this is exactly why I make these kinds of videos, for somebody who doesn't know their rights, they would have, honestly, been intimidated by the lieutenant and the sergeant here, and they would have handed over their identification because it's a lawful order. Wrong. It's not a lawful order.
It's not. Fine. What you saying? What you saying? You see that? They can lie. They can gang memberly, because it's not lawful, bro. It's not. If anything, they don't follow. They do the whole opposite of anything lawful. They are legally doing things. And it sounds crazy because they are supposed to be police, but I'm telling y'all, bro, they gang members and thugs, most of them. Only like 5 to 1% are really out here really trying to do safety work, bro. Most of them, even when they're around the other gang members, they gotta follow it, bro, because they in the whole, you feel me, off the, whatever they got going on. I don't know what's going on. But they're the gang members and thugs, bro. Like, that all was unlawfully and illegal. They can't force you to get your ID. They can't force you to leave off public property. They can't tell you stop recording in the public. Then they can't tell you stop recording cars because you can see the car from the public even if you're not up on it. Like, bro, I'm telling y'all, bro. If y'all just listen and pay attention, bro, like, everything is not what it seems, bro. And then they try to intimidate him, tell him to leave. He let them know he know his rights in a professional way and walked straight past them. Anybody else, they would have locked him up talking about disorderly conduct because you don't know how to present yourself and know how to tell them that they're not going to violate your constitutional rights, but they have an oath to. And if you got that on recording, because they will delete that recording. If you got it on recording, oh yeah, you can sue the mess out the state. You can sue the mess out the state after letting them know before they violated, don't violate the right that they took an oath to. Amazing. They're a gang. It's a gang. They're a gang. Bunch of stuff. Only like 5 to 1% really. I'm gonna say, even when they're around the gang members, they still be gang members. They don't care about you knowing the law. They just the same with the other gang members. Okay. What happened? Big nuts. He just had big nuts a minute ago.
Now they're gonna go about their day. This is public property. He's not going to stop me from walking around public property and taking pictures of vehicles. Like,
biggest gang in the world.
They do it all the time.
That's a minute ago. They drove off. The power of knowing your rights. Power of knowing your rights. Imagine being a goofy in the streets thinking you so gangster because you don't know your rights. Man, you're a goofy. You're a goofy. Even though I say the police and stuff, gang members, it ain't no safe route for the dudes that's in the streets breaking laws, don't know the law, and doing a bunch of dumb stuff neither. They a bunch of slow, illiterate people too that don't know nothing, that think they so gangster and tough because they don't know nothing. Bro, that doesn't put you up here, that puts you down below. Now people can violate you, bro. Learn your rights, bro. Learn your rights. Learn your rights, bro. Because, like, people be so scared of the police, which is the real gang. Because them gangs in the streets, fake gangs. I don't care what it's called. Y'all can name any. They fake gangs. They scared of when the police come. Because they don't know their rights. They back down. But they'll bully somebody, you feel me, that they feel like they can take control of. So, man, y'all know your rights, man. Know your rights or lose your rights. Straight up.
They look inside vehicles. It's called the plain view doctrine.
Insane,
they need to learn the law. They need to uphold the Constitution of the United States. That's what they need to do.
Love the Constitution too, bro, because I know a lot of y'all don't know the Constitution.
Here he comes, making his U-turn over here.
And the Constitution starts with we the people. They have to do for we the people if they uphold the Constitution. Judges and police.
Hey, you have a nice day, Lieutenant. Alright guys, so we're just getting out of the South Haven Police Department and the South Haven City Hall across the street here in Mississippi. So as far as the City Hall goes, they did an excellent job. The police officers stationed inside did not question my camera or my recording, which is a good thing.
Yep.
They just pointed me in the right direction and did not seem to care that I was exercising a constitutional right. As far as the Deputy City Clerk Ashley, she did an amazing job. She was very cordial, helped me with my request, was very pleasant to deal with, and set a good example for her city. And I commend her for that.
See?
Now, as far as the lieutenant and the sergeant who confronted me right outside the parking lot here, shame on them.
Straight banging.
They were both tyrants.
Straight banging. They were straight banging. Straight banging. Give me your ID. What law is that? What law is it? He was just making up stuff. You can't do this because that is private and that is this. This is a public area. Anything he records in the public, he can record, bro. All right, that's his right. Freedom of press, bro. Freedom of press, bro. Like, he's a journalist. Freedom of press. When I start recording, I'm gonna say I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. I'm recording for journal. All right. I'm recording for journalists. I don't have to tell you nothing. I don't gotta give my ID unless I committed a crime. Unless you suspect me of committing a crime. Did I commit a crime? No, I did not. And he broke down why he's not committing a crime. So they had to leave him alone. Oh my gosh, the power of knowing your rights. Ain't that gangster? That's hard. That's hard.
Ignorant of the law. Not only did they have this false perception that if I do not give over my driver's license or my name and date of birth, that they can restrict a constitutionally protected activity. Completely ridiculous. Completely. How can you restrict a constitutionally protected activity just because I didn't bow to your needs? I only give over my name and date of birth or my driver's license if they suspect me of committing a crime. And they did not suspect me of committing any crime. They tried to say that it was suspicious. We all know suspicion is not a crime. They said I was looking inside of personal vehicles. Isn't that what they do for a living? Isn't that what they do all day? Have you ever been pulled over and the police officer shines his light in your car looking throughout it? They said I needed probable cause and that I would be trespassing on private property by looking inside of people's vehicles. That's what they do for a living. And they use the plain view doctrine to support that, which obviously they'd never heard of. Completely ridiculous behavior here. Once I started feeding them the law and educating them on our constitutional rights and the laws here in Mississippi, they figured out who I was. They were like, oh, I've seen this guy before. They didn't want to mess with me any longer, and they ended up leaving, doing the drive off of shame.
Drive off of shame,
but the reason why these videos are so important is because what if somebody didn't know the law? What if they weren't as confident in their constitutional rights? They would have believed the BS that a lieutenant and a sergeant, both supervisors, were spewing out. That's ridiculous. Trespassing on private property by looking inside of a car? That's ridiculous. Stopping and interfering with a constitutionally protected activity because I will not bow down to your unlawful request and provide you my name and date of birth?
Gang members.
Who do they think they are?
Gang members.
Hopefully they get a good education here today and they learn something. And let's see what the court of public opinion has to say about their actions. So let me know what you guys think about this one in the comment section below. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Long Island Audit. Peace.
Love that guy, man. Great comments. Y'all drop in the comment. Y'all feel about it. As y'all see, they were some of the highest rank in the police department right there. The highest rank in the police department right there. Lieutenant and a sergeant. And they did the drive off of shame. Because you know your rights, you don't lose your rights. You don't know your rights, you lose your rights and they're going to violate them. So know your rights. Because they can't mess with you if you know your rights and you follow your rights, man. It's smart to follow your rights. It ain't nothing bad about knowing your rights. Everything is good about knowing your rights. So, love you guys. Drop in the comments how y'all feel about it. And your boy, Ray No Cuddy, is out. You feel me?